You're listening to Podcasting for Experts, with honest conversations about using podcasting as a tool to grow your reach, increase your audience, make a positive impact on the world, and most importantly, to get paid for your efforts. I'm your host, Jess, and we are Pristine Podcasts. Let's talk podcasting. Hey, and welcome back for the next quick tip. This is episode 9, and I want to share a couple of pointers today on your episode cover art. So your episode cover art is really important, but only at one specific moment. And after that, it's never really all that important again. The time when it matters the most is when people are searching for new podcasts to listen to in their podcasting app. And that is the moment where your podcast cover mainly appears in between lots of other potentially relevant podcasts. And that is when your listener often uses the artwork to determine whether to click on your show for more information. So what really matters here and what makes people click? The most important thing is that your art actually stands out in between all of the other podcasts that are appearing in the search. And here you want to think about different design elements. So you want to think about the colors that you're using. You want to think about the shapes. You want to think about the fonts. You want to think about whether you have a photograph as a background or an illustration or no image at all. What matters the most here is that your podcast is as eye-catching as possible in between all of the other ones so that they're looking at your show. The second thing that matters is that your title is clearly legible, even if the artwork is displayed at a very small size. So what you will find in the Apple Podcasts app is that the first few podcasts in the search results have larger artwork images displayed. And then afterwards, you move to more of a list view where the artwork is like a tiny, tiny square on the left-hand side and the title is next to it, followed by the first few words of the description. So it can often be easy to read the title of the podcast on the artwork when it's at 1,500 pixels squared. But when it's at 150 pixels squared, you can't see what the title of the show is. And I think that really hurts your chances for people to come and check you out. If you can also use the imagery or illustrations to emphasize the topic of your show, it will really help to make it clear that this is a show that covers a topic that is exactly what they're looking for. And once they've clicked through to check out your show in more detail, really now your name and your description, as well as the latest episodes that are on display, they will take over from your cover image. So the job of the cover image is really just to catch people's attention in the search and have them click through to your show. So once someone has actually turned to be a regular listener, your cover is pretty much irrelevant to them, and I wouldn't waste any time on doing episode-specific covers unless you use them on other platforms like Instagram as well. Alrighty, that's already it for this episode. If you enjoyed the show, remember to leave us a review. It really helps us to get seen by more people. And if you'd like to be a guest on the podcast or you'd like to talk about collaborations, then just drop us an email. You'll find our email address in the show notes. And as always, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you for the next one. And that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. If you're ready to finally pull the trigger and get started with your podcast, then don't forget to check out the Podcast Launch Toolkit at pristinepodcast.com/toolkit. The link is also in the show notes.